For Songs of Six is so good sometimes. Songs of Six is very good a lot of the times. Let's pick up where we left off. Yeah, and when I've completely given up and stopped caring and I'm just expecting to quit after a battle's over and I'm just like letting the game kill me, is generally how I know it's time to call it and move to a different game. All right, what were we doing? Making lots and lots and lots and lots of blocks. Just gonna run slowly until I remember what the fuck we were doing. I think we're just making blocks and building this wall. I'm building a castle back here. Yeah, I mean, the first run I did of that today, Chups, of War Tales, I just kept trying to recover. But pretty quickly, I kind of just came to terms with the fact that it's like, yeah, this game doesn't want you to recover. Which isn't bad. It's fine. It's just kind of sucks when you get stuck in that spiral. So it's just kind of a matter of like, all right, I guess I get to figure out how to do the perfect build order for this, which I can do, and I will, but 3 runs of that for the day is enough of that, and I want to play some Songs of Six, so. So this was the last thing that we really completed. We made this little underground living space for people. We're starting to build into the mountains. As for the living space itself, we have this kind of outer wall, which was very cheap and small. Goes all the way around to there. Also have these big old highways running through. Go around to the top side, the top exit, which is up here. We got these 2 exits. What, when a game doesn't want you to win, Banana? I mean, it's also hard to tell whether or not a game doesn't want you to win because the game is unfinished and doesn't have the content to allow you to win yet, or if the game doesn't want you to win because they actually don't want you to win. It's really hard to tell. Especially with a game that's super early like that, so, you know, it's fine. Play more of it in the future. It's not today. But if you're sticking around, if I could get a round of beers, that would be cool. Kind of curious about if you plan to stick around or not. Right, yeah, I'm making more grains. What are we doing on food? Squeak and buy. And I gotta be careful about letting too many people in. Right, yeah, I built these masonry shops down here. In fact, let's make another one. We're gonna build 2 masonry shops, fill this area out down here with roads. And that'll speed up the construction of this wall. Then we can build another outer wall. We're gonna need a lot of blocks to complete that. Currently we have 0, so because we're just not outputting them quick enough, but we'll get to that. Come on, chat. There's got to be more than 3 of you sticking around. If you don't know how to do that, just type in the word beer. Or the beers emoji. Or the beer emoji. Or the word beer in multiple languages. We'll see you tomorrow, Animal, hopefully. And appreciate the lurks, man. Cheers. Much better. But my goal for this Songs of Six stuff is I want to get the population up to 5,000 right now. Maybe even 12,000. I think that we could pull that off. I think that we could pull that off. And, you know, also just thank you very much for the ludicrous amount of support from Navy and Rory and Orange today. And Phineas as well. And also just everybody else for, you know, hanging out and lurking. I don't generally play new games, so it's kind of weird every now and again I'll like stumble into a new game, like in this case War Tales, right? And just be like, oh right, yeah, people like watching new games, don't they? I'm so used to just like hiding over in my little corner of irrelevancy that whenever I do play a new game, it always kind of surprises me a little bit. But no, I think what I'll do with War Tales is I'll just watch some other people play it for a bit and just see what they're doing. Because I have a feeling I'm just missing a lot of things. Bashing my head against it ain't gonna make me any better at it. I mean, it might, but it won't make me better at it in an entertaining, quick fashion. It'll just make me grumble. I don't think you guys want to just watch me be mad. Some of you do, but not all of you, so. But how's your weekend been, Chups? Because you kind of popped in at the end of that one. I do have plenty of furniture, don't I? It's 941 furniture. Am I selling furniture? Yes, I am. I should be selling more furniture, actually. Also could just like say screw that little road right there and just build another one. I think I'm actually going to do that. And did some scenarios for the spooky robots. I'm not entirely certain I know what you're talking about, but good job. Also, anybody lurking from the War Tile portion of the stream, if you haven't seen this before, why did I say War Tiles? War Tales. 2 different games that I own. Oh, the short film you're animating. Right. Fucking cool looking, dude. I like the aesthetic. Good coloration, too. But this is a very large scale city building-ish game. That's the easiest way to explain it. If you have any questions, I can answer them. Hey, there's somebody dead. Or what you died of. But this is our map where we can build. All those little blue dots are citizens. We currently have about 2,000. If I jump out to the world map, this is where we live. And these are the surrounding countries. The world is like semi-simulated and stuff does move around and like these clouds do affect weather and stuff. Armies come and attack you and combat is kind of like Total War light. So, yeah. I'm trying to make it like an old comic book from the 80s, plain colors. I'm trying to think of the name of the game that it reminds me of when I see that. Twitch ups. Trying to remember the name of the game, because there's actually a game that has kind of a similar color palette and look to it. Allegedly, we do actually have some nice blocks left that are... This wall's getting slowly built. It'll take us a while. It's funny, actually, that you say that this game's like an ant farm, Chups, because, like, when it's running slow, like, when it's on slow speed, it is just like watching a day at a hill. Like, all of, like, the stuff that, like, all the little dudes running around and getting all the stuff done, like, in downtown, like, everything feels so populated and busy. But the literal second you speed it up, it becomes, like, a pretty tense management game, because it's like, oh god, stuff happens faster than you can keep up with. This game kind of just has like one speed and it's mostly just go. You're interested if I remember it? It was like a top-down hack and slash game, but it's pinball. So you have like a baseball bat and you run into this weird dungeon. Something lurks below, maybe? Is it It Lurks Below? No, it's not It Lurks Below. That's a different game. Something Below. but not below, because that's a different game. Oh man, what's... I don't know. Look up pinball hack and slash, maybe you'll find it. Expanding that road because there was just dirt paths developing anyway. Like here, high traffic areas. Where are they going? Oh, that's just where all the stone is. Huh. $125 deposits, and I have 55 people working on it. And you're only getting 40 units per year. Mining, from what I can tell, is like not something you should start with in this game, unless you're with the dwarf dudes, and even then, you probably shouldn't start with mining. Mining just kind of seems like an expensive hobby in this game. Like I tried to build a very early smithing industry in this, and I almost immediately gave up because I just didn't have the materials or the manpower to keep it running. Yeah, I think you need wait until you have like more people and can afford to get the auxiliary mines up and running and all that. Like unless you can get auxiliaries, it's like not worth it as far as I can tell. You can also start selling off pottery. I really need a bigger trading area. Because right now I've just kind of got this and it's like super cramped in. Maybe I could do like some trading down here. Or actually, you know what? Let's build a new trading zone right here. Let's just build like a big fucking trading zone. Like we'll make this into like a trading logistics area. Now I just need to remember where that button is. But if you're watching this and you've never seen this game before and you're curious about it, it has a free demo. Which I think was it Banana who said that they played it for? Someone said that they played it for 6 hours, which is definitely possible and believable. The demo has a lot of content in it, but keep in mind that the demo is very far behind the main game, dev-wise. So that's going to be our new export. So. Creature in the Well, yes, that is the game that I was thinking of. Creature in the Well, yeah. Hold on, let me just confirm. Yes, this is the game that I was thinking of, 100%. But why did you miss it? Because everybody missed it. Not very many people bought this game. It's on PC and Switch, if I'm not mistaken. It might also be on consoles. Well, we'll get that done. I also need to... Actually, where's my stone deposit? Because I do have that stone mine that I built. It's up here. Can I increase your productivity? Don't seem like it. I need to speed this up. Or rather, I just need more stone deposits. Oh, wasn't you? Okay, well, there was somebody in chat earlier today who was saying that they played the demo for like 6 hours. Also, this kind of goes without saying, but cheers to everybody who followed the stream today. Got a bunch of followers off of War Tales. You want to know what's interesting, though? War Tales has sold about 4 times the copies that this game has sold in its first week of being released. This game's been out since, like, last year. It's kind of sad how some games just get completely overlooked, you know? Well, not completely overlooked. This game's doing pretty well, but... sometimes I feel like some games just kind of don't get their due, you know? You've played it for 14 and a half hours, the demo? Damn, dude. It's lower. Oh, you if you want to raise their submission, Build dire roads. Yeah, it instills dread amongst your subjects, while also offering good access. So yeah, if you need your subjects to listen to you more, make them dire roads. You've played for 30 hours. Do you have the full game, or are you just playing the demo? If you played for 30 hours, you've like almost caught up to me. I've got about 30 hours in this. You bought the game? Damn, straight, dude. Well, we got plenty of extra hands, so let's just do a clear all order. Clear trees, clear stone, clear everything. Clear all. You want to finish your first city or die trying? Hell yeah. By finish, you mean get to the maximum population that you're able to get to? I'm assuming? Allegedly, I have 1,500 soldiers. I find that hilariously difficult to believe, but... You want to long run that port town that you started? I gotcha. Right, this was also another one of our recent additions. We got this big, like, fishing lake. Enough that we're actually getting some fish in our stockpiles now. So let's just connect those two. Imagine living right in front of the graveyard. Imagine that being your housing. Yeah, you get to live right in front of the graveyard. You'll love it there. You think from now on, one of the first things you're going to do is make runs with max-size hunter rooms and clean out the local wildlife and start for a starter capital and then import gems and coal for jewelry industry? I mean, yeah, that's definitely a route you could go. Also looks like all of our masonry shops are up and running. Most of them are not fully employed, then mostly fully employed. Let's force employ you. Do buildings have a radius of effects? Not really. They're pretty looking buildings have a visual appeal effect. But like any building can reach any distance. It's just a matter of whether or not you want them running that far. But janitors do, and so do hunters. Those two specific ones do. Shape of buildings matters. Certain people want certain shapes of buildings. And if you make the wrong shape of building, it can make certain groups upset or happy. Now, this guy either died on the job. Oh, he died of heat exposure. Rip. Like, he either died on the job or he's sleeping on the job. Definitely died on the job. Can we get that one moved out, please? But yeah, janitors do, haulers do, hunters do. The beauty range and lighting range of things, like you can see the effectiveness of these big old lamps that I have. The torches. Yeah, that. Torch. Oh, I was kind of hoping I could put the torches on the walls. I am immensely disappointed. I was 120 in debt at one point. You can just kind of go into debt. Going into debt isn't really a problem. It's just if they come to claim it and you don't pay them back, that becomes a problem. You can use employed civs. I mean, I have 1,500 people in my military and 2,000 population. Those people are all employed. So somebody starved in the middle of this wall. I don't know. Can they reach the middle of these walls? Because I don't actually know. But allegedly somebody starved while building my wall, so that's unfortunate. Kind of seems that way. I wonder if they can get out. Because I don't even know if they can. Or if I have to deconstruct the wall to fix that. Well, I mean, it's kind of comforting to know that most games have that problem with pathing where they just block themselves in places. It's oddly comforting. You have a hole in your university wall because of this? Well, that's unfortunate, man. They won't refill it unless you dismantle the university. Well, I guess it's time to dismantle the university then. Well, on the bright side, they are building the wall. What's your population, Banana? If I can ask. I keep on thinking that there's combat happening on the map. That's legit just because I can hear people training. Spooks me. It just tanked massively. You'll recover. You'll bounce back. As long as you have housing and some food, you'll bounce back. Nobility passed. It is a sad day. Our Master of War has passed and his position is now vacant and in need of filling. You want to be my Master of War? There you go. You can be my Master of War. Speaking of mood swings, we do actually have some mood swings right now. But it's okay. Are you doing any farming? Actually, what species did you start off with? Banana? Human? Like human? Or the pig people? Because I would start with the pig people, not the humans. But that's too late now. Human are not an easy start. I can tell you that for a fact. Because they're not very good at farming. They're like the worst at farming next to the dwarves. And they're significantly pickier, and they don't like doing mundane jobs. So because they don't like doing mundane jobs, they want to do smart jobs. Sure, but fishing is nowhere near as food efficient as farming. Like significantly worse. It's just a harder start. Like you'll balance out, but it'll take you longer. I wish I could just copy the janitor. You have that one. Yeah, no, absolutely. You think that one's crashing and burning? Totally. I mean, it's inevitable, right? Right now I have all the materials for everything. It's just taking them too long to actually go get them. It's just kind of a matter of waiting for a little bit. It's also really hot. We need a well down here. He says that as he's like, I could build a big statue here. We need a well, also a statue. Probably statue first, well later. You keep getting protection moneyed? I mean, I can't help you out of that spiral, because for me, when I get into spirals like that, I usually just press exit. Worry about it later. I mean, we're in a similar-ish spot, but that's just because I'm building too much shit right. Let's actually just suspend all of these. And let's also suspend these 3 down here. One at a time. Also got all this housing that needs finishing. Which I have the materials for, it's just a matter of bringing them. First one done. I don't know, I've never started with the giants. They weren't an option the last time I played, and I didn't start with them this time. You probably have just about as much playtime as me now. Realize that. Like, if you've played 30 hours of this game, you have as much playtime as me, so. I can give you some anecdotal experience, but that's about it. There we go. That's balancing things out now that they've got less work to do. Hey, we actually have alcohol. Also, chat room investments are open if you want to invest your tickets. And big thanks to everybody who's sticking around, yeah? And to everybody who tuned out because we're no longer playing War Tales. Screw you! That's how I feel. Big mad. Much sad. Hey, Levy. Most of your recent hours have been scavenging a dumpster fire? Because you started with humans. That's why. I can tell you right now why you're scavenging a dumpster fire. It's because you started with humans. Humans are trash at all of the labor you need early game in this game. Like, legit, that is why you're having trouble. It's like, these are like the brief descriptions. Easy to start with, vegetarian, not picky, will do any unskilled labor jobs. Very, very picky, only want to do skilled labor jobs, excellent at crafting, very strong warriors. Strongish warriors don't like to live outside, don't like to live in wood houses, want to live underground, which takes forever, only want to mine and eat meat. Only want to eat meat, want to kill things, must murder, 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 murder. I only live 10 years because I'm a bug. Humans, picky, prissy Karens who only want to, like, learn things and do fancy crafting jobs, but are pretty good at fishing and all right at hunting. But they're decent farmers. And then really, 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 really good at everything related to forestry, wood crafting, hunting, and taking care of animals. Kind of shit at everything else. Start with the pig people. These people. These are the good start, or the easy start, rather. And this is a game that has enough weird shit going on under the hood that you probably want the easy start. But yeah, don't start with the giants. Is that even an option? I don't think it is. It might be, but I've certainly never done that myself. So this is the next thing we're getting done down here. We also need to make them a well. So this is kind of far away from everything, but that's going to be our trade hub, basically, because I need some space for it. Just need some more wood brought over. We're also finally getting some of those bodies put away. Rip everybody who invested. A big apologies on the bot being a thieving son of a bitch. Best start you had was in a dense forest with loads of forgeables? Oh yeah, totally. Oh yeah, that's another thing about humans is they don't like foraging. I don't know. I kind of don't like humans in this game. They just kind of suck. They're pretty good at researching, but everything else is just like, why do these people exist? Which part? Wait, what'd you clip, Jimmy? Seems like you are, Peter. Songs of 6 people? There you go. I can't wait for songs of 7 people. I mean, I didn't know what he clipped. Because, like, when someone says clipped it, it's like they could be talking about literally anything, you know? Could be talking about literally anything. There's another clay deposit. Need another stone deposit real bad. It's pretty helpful if I post it on YouTube. I've been like weirdly considering taking clips. It's a fancy ore deposit. I should make a mine on that. I've been considering taking clips and making them into YouTube shorts. But I don't know if people like shorts or not. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I kind of just don't trust it. I need Mines Tech 1. I actually have some tech. Probably get it. Let's do that. Let's get drinks effectiveness. Makes refining in general more efficient. Wow, that's actually quite a bit. That requires such a big tech tree that does almost nothing. If I were to complain about anything with this game, it's the tech tree is really fucking boring. How did you figure out that a single human eats 10 units per year? There we go. Most of the bodies have been cleaned up. Allegedly, we have people starving. I have plenty of food, though. Maybe it's just access to food? Oh no, the infants are starving. Well, they need meat. That explains it. I do have meat. Careful stock management. See, I've always just kind of had like way more than I need when it comes to stock. To the point where I just kind of ignore it. Speaking of stock. Let us build a new building. Make us a nice big hunter. Can I do this? Hey, I can. Done. It's roughly because there's other factors into their hunger stat. There's so many under the hood mechanics in this game that you can just completely ignore. It's actually one of the reasons I like this game is because, like, yeah, there's a lot of very specific mechanics that you need to play it that are running in the background, but you can completely ignore all of them and enjoy the game without actually understanding any of the very specific numbers. Which I really enjoy about this game. I like it when games have a lot of very obtuse, weird mechanics that I can completely ignore and slowly figure out with time. That's very enjoyable to me. Go, my pretties. Construct as the swarm that you are. Yeah, and see, I've never needed to, like, care about exact numbers. It's always been like, all right, I have approximately enough food. Okay, we'll lose a couple dozen people, but that's fine. All right, I've got just enough food. All right, I've got just too much food. I'm always, like, just squeaking by. But I've never needed to, like, stare at it and be like, all right, what's the exact number of a thing that I need? I've never had that experience in this game, so. So this is going to let me sell quite a bit of stuff. So once this is done, it's going to be furniture output. This can probably be cloth output. And I don't know, maybe cucumbers or clay. Clay pots we could do. I got 4,300 clay pots. Yeah, we could do 4,300 clay pots. There are bonuses on your next runs? Yeah. I didn't realize they counted towards the next runs. I knew that there were bonuses that you get. I didn't realize that they count towards the next playthrough. Even more reason why you shouldn't play, like, the hardest faction on your first go. Or rather, the hardest race start on your first go. Pottery. There we go. So this is going to be my new export spot. And they bring bits and pieces down. Now that those are done, I can activate all these jobs, and we can see if they'll finish this wall. Hopefully they do without me having to do too many fancy fixie things. But yeah, I know there's a point with this game where everything just kind of becomes about scale, and it's like, well, time to level up the scale, time to have more scale, time to make the thing bigger and have more scale. Speaking of bigger, did that get finished? I still got... Someone needs to just come in here and build the damn thing. which they appear to be doing. And I'll crank up the density and population of this building. Also, chat, we're a little lurky at the moment. It's mostly me and Banana talking. So if you're hanging out in chat, can I get a round of beers? I'm just curious about how many people are listening to the stream. Type in the word beer. Let's see how many beers we can get. I've got a lot of coffee to drink, apparently. Totally didn't just tune in. Well, you're just in time to get a round of beers because we got enough to like knock the bot on the ground. How you doing, Callius? Songs of Seven joke made, well, what, oh yeah, well, I mean, it was a pretty horrendous joke. So if it didn't make you at least chuckle, then I've clearly failed. All right, we need to make some cheaper living spaces. It's real ugly looking. Is indeed real ugly looking. All right, so does this get me a sharp increase in meats? Because I hope it does. I mean, the reality is we're never going to get the Songs of Seven because unfortunately we already have the Songs of Six, and well, Seven's in prison because 7, 8, 9. So a real sad story, to be honest with you. It was very strange. You see, there was a streamer named Blind IRL, and then everybody unfollowed him one day. Never quite could figure out why. I mean, I try. If I'm not making you groan, I gotta do something else. Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 6 was a registered 6 offender, yes. I mean, if 6 was a registered 8 offender, I would be genuinely concerned. I need more meat production, so that's why I'm cranking this shit up. Because these guys are upset because we don't have enough meat. These guys are also upset because we don't have... These guys are really upset because we don't have enough meat. There we go. Speaking of meats, the amount of meat increase. And I kept getting starving notices, and it's from the children of the bug people who need meat. So. So does that make me a registered chat offender? Because I tend to offend chat? That seems like it would be bad for business, not gonna lie. Although it is 4:20 p.m., so smoke them if you got them, chat. This is going to passively, massively increase my, At least he's not committing 8 crimes. Yeah, well, six crimes is better than 8 crimes, you know what I'm saying? Wait, would that make beef? Well, what's the name of that the YouTube channel that does hot ones? The Before We Feast YouTube channel. Does that make them an 8 crimes? Our relative, this is true. It's true. I do, wait, hold on. A registered Twitch offender. I do have a registered, I am registered with Twitch to have a Twitch account. Does that make me an offender to Twitch? I don't know about that. That seems a tad extreme. Law and Order, maths. You always hear about the laws of physics, but never about the laws of maths. Why can't I build you? What? Oh, because you're on the road? Odd. Many things sound right in the moment. And then you say them and immediately regret them. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. It says, "Hi, I am stupid. Nice to meet you." Also, it's a really helpful thing. Right-click on dragging will reveal deposits. Yep. And also the red squares are places that need to be cleaned by the janitor, meaning we have got a really dirty street right there. Meaning I need another janitor. And I was hitting the wrong button to make the janitor bigger. How big is the map? Well, the map is about this big. This is the size of the map. I don't think you can make it bigger than this. But this is just my city. That's the world map. So that is my city on the world map. And that's the world map. You can station armies around the world map and travel across oceans and invade cities and shit. So it's much bigger than just the tile that you inhabit. Cool. We're actually, like, climbing in the meats count. Yeah, this game gets a patch a month, and the dev's kind of, like, manically nuts when it comes to constantly updating it. Either, like, developing this game is really fast and easy, or he just doesn't sleep. It's one of the two, and I'm not sure which. Sips coffee. Can confirm coffee is indeed a hell of a drug. I can indeed confirm that. On my map or your map? I'm starting to think I just embarked somewhere that's better than you. Oh, on your new one, I see. Like, harvestable things, or what kind of green rectangles? Speaking of... That's a bit of an annoyance. But it does seem like the wall is done, aside from the bits that they can't reach, so... Alright. Fortifications. Bigoo wall! Just do 2 at a time. I mean, that's about the same number of green green squares as mine. So I figured do 2 at a time with this. I think that you just I think that your unfortunate port city was just a very rough spot to embark. The green squares are resource-rich areas. The red squares are mining-rich areas. So the red squares are like clay mines, copper or metal mines, stone quarries, and that sort of stuff. The green ones are either harvestable materials or surface materials that you can just gather. So it's either gatherable material. Red ones are mineable materials, and the green ones are gatherable materials. Yeah, and another thing is you can disable them. And then you can enable show wildlife, and it'll then give you these little white dots where there's wildlife. So the wildlife is all clustered up here. All these guys are highlighted by those little white dots, which I, of course, can disable if I didn't want them. And then I could also show room types, which is kind of neat. So this is kind of like your Factorio view where you just see like the icon over top of things. You can actually play the game almost entirely in this view, too. Activate that job again. All right, looks like these walls are getting pushed back, meaning I can degrand wall fortifications. Let's do these one line at a time. You have to be very careful when hunting on this map. There's a lot of wildlife, but it's all clustered together. You might overhunt, and then there won't be anything for a while. That is also a thing that can happen, yeah. It takes a while for animals to come back if you beat them out of existence. So you can't make the deer go the way of the dodo, unfortunately. This game punishes extinction pacts. Because I made that, so I made this huge area up here, right? This whole area up here is very elf-friendly. So all of this, like, livestock farming, these guys are attracted to. Plus, it's around buildings, so they're attracted to that as well. So they really want to move in. We're going to get an influx of their population. I'm going to see, like, major landstones that I have, landmarks that I haven't built yet. I guess, like, we haven't made any of the lost stuff yet. I do have a couple guard posts, but we're gonna build us a dungeon on the inside of this wall, probably, or maybe like just outside. I mean, just inside the wall, just outside. We'll build a dungeon just inside the wall. Maybe like even in here or something. I need to figure out where to put a dungeon. I might get this game to be. It's pretty fucking cool. I mean, you said that you played like the demo previously, right, Nex? No one needs laws? Yeah, but I want my population to go up. And, like, you get influxes when you, like, hit landmarks and things. And make the place nicer. And add in fancier things. I mean, I agree, fuck the police, but also... I am the police in this, unfortunately. You did, yeah, ages ago. Well, the demo hasn't been updated, right? So if you played the demo on itch or Steam, then the demo hasn't been updated. That's the one thing. It's like, so if you try the demo now, it's the same the demo's always been. Because the demo doesn't get updated. But the main game does. So, the main game will be new and have different features and things will have changed, but the demo won't. Maybe it will one day, but at least for right now it hasn't. Alright, well, we can let them work on that. They finished that, Nope, still working on it. This is just going to be for meat and leathers. Maybe stone too, because I also have this sitting right here, so I could also just make it like a stone stockpile. And they have this tavern down here. I think I'm going to make myself another, like, brewery, because I've got all these. I got these bakeries, rather. All three of them. And I have this grain brewery, but it's not even remotely efficient enough. I could force employ 3 more people. I guess we'll do that. Don't believe I ever made a bigger one, so... We'll just connect those two together. Make 2 more breweries. There's no shitty place to put my mass grave. Time to make a shitty place. Dig a hole or something. Also, you did mass graves? That's brutal. You might have to import stone. Are there any surface stone mines? Stone mines are pretty efficient and easy to use. There you go. Another little tip is just hold control and click on a thing and it'll automatically give you that building. Or road or whatever. It's a much faster way to add on to stuff. I'm saying this out loud because I'm actually just reminding myself that I don't need to be going into the menu to get the wall pieces every time I want to add onto the wall. Because I'm actually just like, right, yeah, I forgot about this. I might as well just verbally state it loudly so that I remember later. That's an awkward corner back there. Gotta watch it and make sure nobody gets stuck. Because they will. Why am I building a wall? Because I'm trying to, like, build a castle. And you can actually get invaded on your map. Even though every time we've gone out to meet sieges, it is possible for them to just be like, yeah, fuck you, we're actually coming into your city now. But also, it's pretty looking. And I want to move my throne in here. So I'm building a big castle. Yeah, if you haven't played this game in a long time, combat's in the game now. Which admittedly is like a very, very light version of Total War. But it's still pretty fucking cool. Even though it's not great. It's kind of funny because me and Tarn talked about this game briefly when I spoke with him last. And he said, yeah, I've seen that game in passing. It looks neat. The game about making the blue people the most superior race and giving them the nice houses. Again, that's basically Songs of Six. The ancient superior race. Be really curious to know what Tarn thinks of this game, because every now and again he does try little town builders and stuff. Be real curious to know what Tarn thinks of this. Yeah, the water table mechanic is a neat and unexpected one. It's like when you first start screwing around with the water, you're like, oh, okay, I understand how this works. And then you realize, oh, actually, these are limited. This just got way cooler. So you can fill in water, right, Max? But if you fill in water, then you have to dig space for water to fill in elsewhere. Because you can like redirect water, right? Like you see how this area is like super square and how this whole entry area is like a very flat water line? Like you can do that. You can remove large chunks of water, but then you have to add it in elsewhere. Otherwise it'll air quotes flood. It won't let you completely get rid of or completely water the entire map. So if you want to dig a canal, see the water table counter there? That number goes down because I only have access to so much water. So it's like, it's a very loose mechanic right now and there's not a lot of detail to it, but, you know, also I just realized this whole area is inaccessible. I need to build them a bridge. Which I have to do by tweaking the water table some more. It is a really neat mechanic, yeah, I completely agree. So by filling this in, we're adjusting the water table. Oh, true, yeah, I always forget about the remove water button. Significantly faster. And now we can get across. Because now we have a bridge, which I will actually just, you know. I also, like, quietly just adore the heat maps that they give you. I do genuinely think that the heat maps, when you go to select people, saying where they've been pathing to is one of the most useful tools in this game. It's so helpful. I mean, I don't know. I don't think this mode will actually provide any actual help, but it looks cool, so fuck it. Want a good moat? I was wondering why they weren't chopping those trees down. How often do events happen? Depends on what speed you're running on and where you are in the world. Been a while since the last event happened here, but also like you define event. Do you mean like you're getting attacked? Is that what you mean by event? You have to piss people off for that to happen. So if you just kind of exist in an area where you're the strongest person, nothing's gonna come after you. You have to go after other people, which you can do. If I understand it, I haven't let it get this far, Zalaro. If you're under siege and you just wait and you don't attack them, they will eventually take place on your soil. But if you're under siege and you click the screen and say attack, then you'll go out to meet them and it won't take place on your map. But apparently if that's not the way it works yet, that's the way it's going to work. But like, if you're under attack and you have even the remote chance of winning, just fucking invade. Just fight them off map. But yeah, no, they can just walk across the moat water, so. But I don't know if that's planned or if that's supposed to be a thing, but there's definitely like that's the way it's intended to be. I don't know what the current status is, because every time I've been sieged, I've just fought them. Also just sell clay. I don't think there are archers in the video game right now, so that would be difficult, but I see where you're coming from. But I'm holding out for siege engines. Just take stuff from here, put there. Game's unfinished, Zalora. Game's unfinished. Yeah, this is why you don't start with humans. This is why you don't start with humans. Start with the pig people. They'll just eat veggies and bread and they'll be happy all day. Just don't give them cannibalism. You have to build a specific building to let that happen. Just don't build it if you don't want that. And also, these are the people who actually like cannibalism. These people don't care for it. Or they don't care. Rather. It's only the elves that are okay with cannibalism. Or rather, it says they are no strangers to cannibalism, whatever that means. You know, I'll bet you with not a lot of effort, you could probably make them orcs. Just like, the reason why I say that is because I was digging around in the game files for this last night, looking for the music files for a video that I'm working on. And I found all of the icons. So you could probably just like make them green with like a fill tool on paint. You'll be good. God, I don't know, Ducky. Don't know. Couldn't fucking tell you. Chat, you know what's crazy? Is we are halfway to the end of streaming every day this month, right? Although I think I may have actually up extra. Yeah, I did. What did I manage to make today? 12. Today's supposed to be 11. Anyway, we're almost halfway to getting through the entire month without stopping. But, fun fact, on the 20th of December, that'll be my 2000th stream. So for clarity's sake, I'm not doing any kind of crazy marathons. I'm not doing a 24-hour stream or anything dumb. But if anybody has ideas for shit that we could do, I'm open to suggestions. Because it's literally going to be my 2000th stream. Not counting streams on other people's channels. 48 hour? Well, when you find a bionic version of me, Boshin Man, that doesn't have physical disabilities that can actually do that without like collapsing and maybe being hospitalized, I'll get right on that. Yeah, that's definitely something we can do. Seems totally reasonable. It's also just kind of a way for me to say, hey, yeah, that's a thing, by the way. That's what that number in the title is. The 1,991. It's my 1,991th stream, so in 9 days, it'll be stream number 2,000. It's a really big fucking number, and it's scary. All right, chat. Watch these guys walking around for a second. I will be right back. I'm going to just quickly go use the restroom. Here be. I return. Make a sandwich on stream like a cooking video? That would be a very short stream. I actually used to do cooking videos way back when. Hey, Jelly, what's up? It's good to see you. I apparently have hiccups. It's good to be back. I get ingrown hairs every now and again. I have an ingrown hair on like the bottom of my arm right beneath my armpit. And it hurts like a motherfucker. What was the first game I ever streamed? A game that doesn't actually exist anymore, I don't think. Firefall. Facts. First game I streamed was Firefall. I don't think that game's playable anywhere anymore. Yeah, it's like anywhere else I can just kind of like deal with it, but this is like it's too sensitive to like deal with it. I got one in my eyelash once. That was like a fucking nightmare. Although that just means that you've got dolly eyes. Banana. Reviewing all of the beers I can remember and maybe tasting some new ones while listening to some vinyl and then maybe some DF. That sounds like, again, a really short stream because me drunk, I just get sleepy and irritable. Especially on stream. Like, if I start drinking on stream, it's like there's maybe an hour left in the stream at that point. Like, I can do that in public, sure, but, like, if I'm streaming and just, like, sitting in my chair, I'm just gonna start falling asleep. Maybe I'll just stream some Duck Game or something in the evening. That might just be a thing to do. Let's do some viewer games with Duck Game. Let's call it, because I think that's a Saturday, isn't it? No, it's a Monday. A fuck it list. Fuck it list is a very different thing, sir. I have a fuck it list, but if I were to do anything related to my fuck it list on Twitch, I would probably get banned for indecent exposure. So, I don't ever want to do a fuck it list of anything, frankly. At least not on stream. And you know, as good of a run as we've had, I don't plan on getting banned on my 2000th stream. Although I may be taking the term fuck it list a little too literally. Where did I put them bakeries? Green Brewery, Ration Maker, Pottery, Carpenter, Textiles, bakeries. Those are my bakeries. But thank you. Congrats. I mean, it's one of those, like, the thing that I talk about a lot on this channel, Sharky, is I've just been doing this shit so much longer than the majority of streamers. Like, it's actually, like, painful for me to think about, like, how long I've actually been, like, doing this as a job. Or even as a hobby before then. It's like, I've been streaming forever. Like, that's kind of how it feels. Like, largely, it just kind of feels like I've been streaming for, like, ever. As long as it's been an option, I've been streaming. You'd put on a bucket list. See, generally, like, I don't really have a list of things I want to do on stream. Like, I generally just kind of do them. I don't really, like, put things off. So, I don't know. Like, that's maybe a lot easier to think about for you than it would be for me to actually execute on. So, I don't know. Do I enjoy it? Would I do it if I didn't enjoy it? Hey, Rander, what up? It's good to see you. Like, why do something if you don't enjoy it? That seems ridiculous. No, the thing that, like, the thing that pains me is I love streaming, and like in all seriousness, I love streaming. I love getting to have this job. I love what I get to do. I hate what the rest of this industry has become in a lot of ways. I greatly dislike the way a lot of people who've started doing this in the past few years treat it. I greatly dislike the way a lot of people who do this for a living treat each other. I greatly dislike how corporate it's become. Like when I started, streaming was very DIY. Like the biggest channels on Twitch when I was starting were like just a dude with a camera. And now it's like, once you get like just beyond my size, once you get to like the, I don't want to just throw out numbers, but once you get around like maybe around 2 to 3 times the size of where I'm at, it's all corporatized, right? Like you get a manager, like it's like being an actor. Like you get a manager and they find you gigs, and then it's all just paid gig to paid gig to paid gig to paid gig with people throwing money at you. And I've always kind of had the opinion of people pay me to play video games for a living. People don't pay me to play video games for a living so I can find somebody else to pay me to play games for a living. Does that make sense? And I dislike that part of it. I don't really judge anybody who does that because I get it. Like, it is a way to make a lot more money doing this. But also, it takes the soul out of it for me. And I guess I like the indie-ness of it, which sounds kind of weird, but I like the scrappy DIY. Like, I get to put this thing together with my own hands, and I get to build a thing. And I think a lot of the way this industry has gone in the past couple of years has kind of lost that a lot. And I think that that's kind of a shame. But I also understand why it's lost it. It's because it's really difficult to make a good living doing this. It's not too difficult to make a living. It's difficult to make a good living. The organic streamer experience? Well, I wouldn't even necessarily say it's organic. It's more like DIY versus corporate. I like DIY. You know, I quit I quit my old job and went to streaming full time so that I could not have a boss, you know? But a lot of this industry is just trying to make bosses for ourselves again. Which also, like, you know, puts me in a weird spot because, like, I'm in a team, and part of my team is definitely going that route, and I support them in that. But it's difficult, I guess. Because if you don't go that route, then suddenly, like, your options are severely limited. Like, when I started, a partner around my size could, like, reach out to Twitch and organize things like Front Page, and there was a lot of opportunities that existed like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago that just don't now because of how corporate it's become. And it's the same with YouTube too. Like, to a degree, like, you can't really do well. Like, it's just the longer these content creation industries exist on between like photo content creation, so like Instagram and TikTok, and live streaming on Twitch and YouTube and videos on YouTube and other platforms, and the longer this stuff exists, the more Hollywood it becomes, right? And it is new Hollywood now, right? Like, Ninja is just as famous as, like, actors in our current generation, right? You know, like, Dr. Disrespect is just as famous, if not more famous, than Ozzy Osbourne when he was young, right? And it's just the world we live in now. It sends the wrong message if you don't care about what you're about doing what you love and being your own boss versus earning money, then you're better off getting a good job that's relatively easy and pays well. I mean, it's harder than it sounds to find a good job that's relatively easy and pays well. That doesn't completely sap your humanity, but yeah. Infancy and Wild West period of Web 2.0. I disagree with that, and the reason I disagree with that, Render, is because NFTs exist. We are still very much in the Wild West of the internet. It's just the corporate Wild West of the internet. We're like in the industrial revolution of the internet right now. We haven't quite hit what I think a lot of people call the internet yet. Just because of how whack some of the stuff that happens on the internet still is. But we're getting there. We're definitely getting to a point where the Wild West portion of the internet is done. We are definitely reaching that, but we're not quite there yet. In my opinion, anyway. You're free to disagree with me there if you want. Because you look like a bored ape, is what you should really say. Or shut up, CryptoPunk. So right now we have a shit ton of grain, and I want to turn all this grain into bread. And right now we have very little bread. But, you know, to be clear, like, I'm not mocking people who want to go that route. It's just, when I think about, you know, I think if you've worked in any industry for any period of time, it becomes very easy to just kind of reminisce on where you've come from and what you've seen and what you've been through and what's changed in the time that you've existed in that industry. And I've streamed about as long as humanly possible, right? Like, I maybe could have gotten started a few years earlier, and that probably would have benefited me greatly. But I didn't, like, I've been streaming about as long as I possibly could have. This game runs in JavaScript, man. You know, I genuinely thought about buying my friend an NFT for his birthday because I was like, Atari had NFTs and they had this Sonic NFT, and I have a friend who hates Sonic, and I know for a fact he owns a couple NFTs. It's like, this NFT is like about $30. And I hummed and hawed over it for a while, and then I decided against it. It's like, I should just buy him this Sonic NFT. I knew he'd just flip it immediately, so. But I don't know. I'm not programmer. I am silly plebeian. Don't mind me. I don't know what the fuck a JavaScript is. Sheesh. I pretend like I know what I'm talking about. It would have been, but also I just didn't, like I said. God, this game is so zen. All right, we need a law office. Now that this wall's done. We're gonna build a law office up here. Apologies to those of you who don't like cops, myself included, but we're building a law office. By that I mean a dungeon. There we go. What's an example? An example of what? Oh. Yeah, I'm not clicking that, thanks. I've seen that clip before. I don't need to see it again. You want to know what's a fun fact, though, in regards to that clip? I've been called the same thing. Online dating will destroy your soul. It really does. You know, I might actually do a thing. Copy this room. Plop it down here. And Delete these jobs. Bonk. Let's go work on this one instead. The last thing that I watched that genuinely made me lose it was Donkey's video about YouTube removing the dislike button. If you haven't seen it, I very much recommend it. It's so fucking funny. That one was art. That was probably one of his best videos ever, actually. No Video Today, guys, is probably one of Donkey's best videos ever. Just no question. You know what I should do for 2,000 streams is I should read Boat Murdered. I wonder how long it would take me to read Boat Murdered. Need to pop it up and skim it and find out. Dramatic reading of Boat Murdered. Maybe not dramatic, but a reading of Boat Murdered. With a soundboard? I don't have a soundboard. You're like requesting more production value than I'm interested in giving you. I'll think about it. There we go. Our walls are done. Alright, these need to actually be quite big, apparently. Let's do 13 by 13, see what we can fit in. Gallows. Chopping blocks. Decorations. Well, that's lovely. Keep it homey, you know? How's it going? I'm building a prison and gallows and cops. That's how it's going. I want to get that 1.5% crime rate, which is actually rising right now, down to 0. So I'm being a good person, naturally. How's Bob today? Which is why I'm just, like, not talking about it until the subject passes, Axon. Thought that was normal. I've never gone above 2. Hello, Ponce. That was you. Yo, Ponce, you should play that War Tales game. You'd like it. They're not stuck in the toilets, are they? Are you guys really just having leisure time in the toilets? You really are. That's disgusting. Yes, leisure time in the toilets. Also, allegedly, they've constructed 99% of this tavern, but can't complete the 100%, and I'm assuming it's because 1% of it is stuck right there and they can't get to it. Let's see if this will help. That's a legitimate career option in this world, man. Don't knock the masturbators. Come on, man. That's just rude. The masturbator in this game is the head of fishing. So, for whatever that's worth. Also, make all of your nobles the blue guys because they live for like 1,000 years, which makes things very, very, very efficient. All right, by that I mean you just never need to set them up again. It is neat, Fonts. Keys are on Woovit if you're interested. I don't know if you have a Woovit account, but it's probably like one of those things I would have told you about and then you forgot, probably. If you guys don't know Ponce, you should watch Ponce. He's more entertaining than he thinks. He is. Woovit! Yeah, Woovit. You like to Woovit, Woovit? Apparently I have a key that's been offered to me on this website, which is, I've never heard of this, so I'm just going to read this title word for word verbatim. Retired Men's Nude Beach Volleyball League. Never heard of that. I'm sure it's a masterpiece. They might be hard to supply. Get some livestock. Import some livestock and get livestock going. Wait, you didn't realize that masturbator is definitely not a dick joke? This game has a special sense of humor. Even with the wide area, just make lots of it. Alrighty, mind. Well, hello for a quick hello. You did indeed say that the masturbator is the only reason I had food. Yes, that is absolutely something that you said. And yes, I was making fun of you for saying that. Even if I wasn't doing it particularly loudly, I was making fun of you. I mean, it's definitely fish related. What else could they possibly have thought it was? Sheesh. Quit making it weird. It's only weird if you make it weird. Something runs in Java. I've heard that because what's it called? Minecraft Java version is suffering with that right now. I just choose not to care. If something happens, something happens. Deal with that when it happens. Building too many things at once. Because I'm trying to get bakeries up and running. It's also harvest season. Well, prison's coming along nicely. It's just a matter of bringing all the steel over. I think I need to hack down more trees, though. Yeah, it looks like that's what we're lacking. Oh no. Mind, that sucks. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. It sucks. This is like, I guess, the moment to remind everybody, if you play Dwarf Fortress, turn on seasonal auto-saving. You will not regret it. It's worth waiting a minute once every, like, 40 minutes. It's worth it. Seasonal auto-saving, save forts. That sucks, man. I just forgot. Yeah. Take a sticky note and put it on your monitor that says, when playing Dwarf, save. Screaming noises. The screaming noises is very important for proper memory. That's the sound of us felling the tree forests. You get out of a single farm. Have I already set up bakeries before? Yeah, I've set up bakeries. I didn't set up bakeries for a while though. I didn't do any food production stuff until I hit about 1,000 population. Like I didn't even bother crafting anything. It was just like surface foods, hunting, and just vegetables. How efficient are they? Extremely inefficient. That's literally what I'm building right now is bakeries. But then again, I think almost everything in this game is extremely inefficient, which is why you need such amounts of scale for anything to be even remotely useful. Oh, shit. Well, this is, looks like, okay, so we have Walla Bobbert, who is a prisoner being executed, who is 9 years old. What did you do to get executed? God damn, dude. Like, that's kind of brutal. Child criminals literally in the scaffolds on death row for a crime that he committed. There he goes. Well, that's his body. Really? Mind? That's a weird crash. Could buy some slaves, but I really don't want to, so fine. What, executing children? I mean, this is also like medieval fantasy, so there's definitely lots of racism going on. Children have been executed for various crimes all over the world. It's not just the States, though. Not saying that, like, anybody's excused, to be clear. I'm more just kind of impressed that, like, the first person I see getting executed in this was 9 years old. Also, Accenti Soul Crusher was killed at 5. Looks like we're finally constructing our prisons. Can we not, you know, mind, I like you, but can we, like, have happier subjects? Or anything? There's certain things that, like, I'm just not in the mood to discuss. I'm aware of history. Thank you. Well, these guys are the people that person was part of, that Soul Crusher person. These guys, these bug people. They're basically Zerg. They multiply really fast. They're bugs, and they are quite literally just murder hobos. They like death and destruction while caring little for the finer things in life. And that one of those children that was killed at this was one of those. So, kind of makes sense. Crazy thing you tried for breakfast a few days ago. I feel like I probably know what you're talking about, but I have no idea what you're talking about at this exact moment in time, Darren. No, I get you. You're all good, mind. Go to sleep. Scrambled eggs with sauerkraut. I want to try making my own sauerkraut. I wanted to try that for a while. So I have no gems yet. I haven't really bothered digging deep enough to find them. That's a big stone deposit. There's a gem deposit. Now it's the question of what direction of digging into the mountain is the quickest way to get there. All right. Well. You know what? Instead of doing it that way, let's go this way. Or you know what? Maybe let's do both. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do both. They'll also kind of go through this way. I don't actually know if they can reach these. I mean, here's an example of a round room. This is a round room. This is a round room. This is a round room. It's like filter off the corners. I mean, they don't care that much. I'll put it that way. This is a more rounded room, yes. It's not a perfectly round room, but it's a more rounded room. Also, like I said, they don't care that much. Like, yes, they do like round rooms, but if not all the rooms are round, then that's fine. It's like a little slider. The rounder the room, the better. But you're not going to be space efficient if you actually pay attention to the shapes of the rooms that they want. It's the best way to put it, is you're not going to be space efficient, so don't worry too much about it. We need... this. Have you tried triangles? I mean, anything with rounded edges will make them quite a bit significantly happier. Alright, so there's a bunch more bakeries, and since we have all those bakeries there, they're rapidly getting close to completion. I'm gonna make me a big round brewery. A big round brewery. get to distilling. There's also, like, the fact that not everything needs to be entirely enclosed, right? So you don't actually, you know, need to make everything have a roof and such. Let's just go one more here. This is going to take a lot of pieces to actually become viable. So don't build over the whole layout when you're building with the roads. Only build part of it, over part of it, instead of the whole thing. I had that happen to me like once and I never did it again. It's fine. This is going to be an open roofed thing, so I just can't have anything that doesn't like noise pollution close to it. I'm going to build me 2 of these. Maybe even 3 or 4. These are going to be very worker intensive. Make another fire pit. But yeah, when you have a room that's under construction, if you build over it with a road, I want to say that it's a bug. It feels like a bug. It doesn't feel like it's intended, but it erases the building blueprint and replaces it with a road blueprint. Or rather, it erases the walls blueprint specifically and then cancels the building blueprint. So just wait until they've got the walls down and then build your roads, and just don't drag around it. Just fill in the outsides and you'll be fine. But yes, it is kind of annoying the first time you do it. Decides you're no longer making a warehouse because you accidentally placed it on the wall. Trust me, like that's what it is. Because I've had the exact same thing happen. That is a fuckload of pottery that requires. 641 pottery. This is going to take a while to construct. Speaking of things that are going to take a while, this mine going to take forever. 10,000 years, and it'll be halfway done. Yeah, no, this game's just so fucking zen once it gets going. I do kind of hope that there's more in-depth, like, community demands and shit. Like, I think that something that I would really like to see in this game is I really want... Like, I've had a couple people ask while I've been playing, it's like, how often do events happen? It's like, well, events don't really happen very often, because the only event that really happens is you get attacked sometimes. And they don't happen all that often. But what I think would be really neat is if we could get to a spot in this where, not that events happen more often, but I think it would be really cool if there was a small, or maybe not small, but like a chance that like the people could get mad at you for not making a specific thing or allowing for a specific type of industry and demand it and then go on strike. Like I want the little people to have more like crowd demands. That's because you're in a busy area with a lot of slaving going on. We're going to import gems. Gems expense. I don't need a lot of gems, though. It's going to take me a while to mine to a place where I can actually get to gems. Can we get to work on that? Cool, that's one building done. But yeah, I don't believe I've ever gotten the slaver every 5 seconds, but I've certainly had the slaver come by a lot more frequently than anything else. But I don't know. I think it would be neat to see, like, international diplomats that maybe ask for smaller tributes, unlike just those bandits that ask for unrealistically ridiculous amount of tribute. Like, more kind of diplomacy stuff I would love to see. But then again, I say that about DF2, so I just like diplomacy in games. I want to be able to make a spy master and send them out to spy on stuff. 17 minutes, Stone. 17 minutes. You doing okay over there, man? Hope everything's right. Any kind of espionage, exactly. Yeah, espionage. Let's do this one first. One at a time. Yes, thanks for those. Cheers. You'll probably be fine. That's very non-committal, but... as well as being a cool thing. I mean, when you actually look into real life espionage, shit gets dark fast, but I do see where you're coming from on that. Look at this. Crime rates dropped down to 1.1% from 2. Turns out allowing mass executions is efficient. Depressing, but efficient. How to make your crime rate drop. Public executions. That or how to make your criminals better at hiding. Public executions. I believe it. I believe it, Banana. I believe it. They probably didn't use Solid Snake's cardboard box as frequently as Solid Snake uses them in the video game, though. I mean, also, fact, Death Stranding was based on a true story. The one that was made up by somebody. God, that's so much pottery. Hey, our meat supply is actually going up now. Turns out making all of these extra fields and all of these extra fields is very helpful. Takes a little bit for them to breed, but 27 up there, 30 there, 34 there. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You only need a few animals to really get, like, breeding up and running. Plus this. That's a lot of meats that we're getting. Well, they're making some progress here. Slow progress, but it's progress. I'm real curious to see how quick the output from these are once it's up and running. It's really cool to have a video game where buildings can take multiple years to finish. Because that's actually very accurate to this game. You can very easily just be like, yeah, we're going to build a really big tavern and it takes you 2 years in-game to finish it. So Chad, who's ready for the holiday? I haven't even started Christmas shopping. I'm so bad at Christmas shopping. It's actually kind of funny. But I was productive. I got some things done. Yesterday morning, I spent all morning on the phone with the bank. That was productive. It wasn't fun, but it was productive. I spent about an hour on the phone, but I am now technically an investor. So, and I have an investment portfolio, so that was fun. There's nothing in it, but I have it, so that's production. Productives, I guess. In crypto, yes. I have some base experience, but nothing that I would describe as... So I have a private portfolio, which I've had for a while. Now I actually have one that is controlled by a bank. Okay, well, I have the ability to become an investor now. So you can, like, invest in stonks privately by just simply, like, getting one of the bajillions of apps or signing up on a website and starting to invest. You can just do that. This is me actually with like a financial advisor and shit doing that. But I legitimately have to in Canada in order to get disability grants, so it's not even like something I have as an option. It's like, well, if you want disability grants because you're disabled, you get to be an investor now. So that's fun. But they cover all the fees, so that's helpful. Because Canada. I'm curious about how many employees this thing can have. $80. Quite a few. Disabled stonks. So if you're disabled and live in Canada, you can get a specific disability account, which is basically just a normally very expensive savings account plus an investment portfolio. And assuming you have the ability to invest in it yourself, this is not like a disability pension or anything because I can work. But if you are able to invest money into it, then the government matches it up to a certain number, which you can look it up if you want. But then they also provide an investment advisor and such alongside of that. So it's like, hey, do you want an incredibly high interest investment account plus free money, assuming you put money into it, and also will give you a financial advisor to manage it for you? Welcome to Canada. That's something that I actually got set up, which I had to get set up by the end of the year, and the account only got open last month because it took 6 months for them to figure it out. Just because it's a really good thing doesn't mean it's easy to actually get. So. If you're curious, look up RDSP. Disabilities Savings Program. What is a 401k? That's a problem, if you don't know that. Didn't they teach you that in school, Max? No offense, but like what? And insufficient workers, and we need coal. Do I have a bunch of coal? I thought I did. Apparently not. You don't have that in the Netherlands? Ah, okay, that makes sense. It's like retirement investing. Do you want to have retirement money? You need a 401k. Yeah, I mean, I live in Canada where, like, the benefits actually function. Thanks. You know, actually, I got, like, this printout recently from Twitch, which says what countries most of my subscribers are from. Only 2% of my subscribers are from the Netherlands, but if you were to just ask me where is the majority of my audience, I would think it's the Netherlands, because of how many people who are in the Netherlands that watch my stream. I mean, it's just like forgetting that Finland exists. It's very easy. You mean a capitalism-sponsored retirement investment account? Absolutely. This is a fact. Finland is indeed, you know, I'm not gonna. Speaking of dumb things that I should have made bigger earlier, let's do that. Work, mines, coal mine. Unk. Embiggen the coal mine. By that I just mean make a second coal mine. Okay. Gotta hack down some more trees. I'm gonna start running out of trees pretty soon, I think. It's like I kind of haven't been planting trees because I feel like I can just kind of do this faster. But then again, aren't humans a statistical anomaly and shouldn't exist? Based on that logic, Banana? Not trying to out-logic your logic here, but like... I'm pretty sure humans are the statistical anomaly in this instance. And shouldn't exist, not that we don't exist. But yeah, this is the thing that I was talking about. If anybody's actually curious, there's the direct link to the government page about it. It's basically just for people that either have chronic illness or uncurable genetic disorders. So it's like, yo, you get cancer in Canada, you could probably get that. A lot of autoimmune disorders also count, which is why I get it through diabetes. I would have eventually probably gotten it through my eyes, but... It shouldn't exist? Of course, yeah. I'm mostly just blabbing because I've been streaming for 9 hours, so don't take anything I say too seriously. I will still say that we are a statistical anomaly. I'm not going to say we shouldn't exist, but... we are certainly an anomaly. And probably won't exist soon, but make it last while we can, you know? Hey, look at that! We got less than 1% crime. Fuck yeah. Purge the heretics and destroy the criminals. I love that I have 4 full-time employees at the executions thing. Oh man, I don't even have like a courthouse yet. Livestock spoils so fast it's effectively better to just export the starting livestock because they won't be alive by the time you make your husbandry zone. This is true. But also, I don't care about, like... what is optimal in a game like this. I just build a cool looking city. And if it happens to be optimal, then I win. We'll just import some. You only need 2. Quite literally. Like, once you get the importing done, like, it's super quick and efficient. $186 is the maximum number of employees I can have in this. Oh. Well, hopefully we get some new population soon. Now, does that get us enough coal so that we can start doing this and get this up and running? Because coal's our bottleneck right now. But the amount of drinks we have is suddenly rising. We went from 3 up to 5. The amount of coal that we have is now moving up. What my Dutch chatter percent is? I mean, here's a stat I can tell you. I can't actually show you this screen because I'll break a lot of terms of services things. But, in the last 30 days, I have 391 subscriptions active between November 12th and December 11th. 65 of them are from the US, 12% are in Canada, 4% are in Germany, 3% are United Kingdom, 2% are Russia, 2% are Netherlands, 2% are United Arab Emirates, 1% are South Africa, 1% is Finland. I think I know the 2 from Finland. 1% is from Brazil, 1% is from Hungary, 1% is from Poland, 1% is from Sweden, Ukraine, Denmark, New Zealand, Australia, Ireland, Austria, and that's as far as it goes. And then unknown country. Czech Republic and then unknown country. So, as far as where people talk from, that I don't know. That I do not know. You're curious if it's a lot higher? I don't know. Chat out yourselves. What country are you in? If you want. Don't if you don't want. Shoutouts to unknown country. Yeah, someone's just like in the middle of the South Pacific, just like on a raft. Watching my favorite Twitch streamer. Actually, I wonder if that's just people using VPNs. Because then if that's the case, then that number would be a lot higher. Because I like to think that like half my chat probably has VPNs active. US, Netherlands. Yeah, I don't know. Unknown country is probably my favorite one. Now I'm kind of curious. It's like, what counts as unknown country? I also kind of thought that Russia would be higher. I think that Russia would, like, chatting-wise, would be significantly higher. That, or there's just a few really loud Russians that watch me. One of the two. But I could name, like, probably about a dozen Russians off the top of my head that watch this stream. That frequently talk. I mean, chat's also kind of chill, right? That, and also maybe people don't want to out exactly what country they live in, and you know what? I don't blame them. Also, investments are open if you want to invest your tickets. Heads up if you missed it. They're open for like another 30 seconds by the time you hear this. You're almost directly south of me. There's quite a few people that are almost directly south of me. Kind of a lot of people. All of Los Angeles is almost directly south of me, which is like more people than Canada. So the odds that like you're directly south of me if you live in North America are pretty good, actually. Slaver. Bye, too. Also, I wonder if having slaves for a specific population attracts more of that population. Because you already have them. You're gonna sleep. You have a good night, dude. I'll be on tomorrow. Although we're winding down now. Probably just gonna finish the brewery. Worry about coal production tomorrow. And then get gems in here. Speaking of gems, do I actually have any gems yet? Indeed. Means I can build the law office. Or rather, the courthouse. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Yep, there we go. Kind of wish that I could make carpet in this, but apparently I can't. Kind of disappointed. Yeah, so crime rate's down to 0.8. Was up to 2%. Then we built the gallows and the prison. And now crime rate's down to 0.8. Seems pretty good, if you had to ask me. Alright, we're gonna need to get some more fields pretty soon, I think. It's just a matter of this thing getting built. I just need to bring more stuff over. This one's the same way. Let's actually deactivate that, because that's a waste of 60 workers. This one only produces 8 coal. This one produces 170, so this one's kind of a waste of workers. Just get rid of it for right now. Get the extra workers back, get stuff done quicker. It's just been made completely obsolete by the other mine that I built. Which is admittedly significantly bigger. You know, if this game gets 4 more positive reviews in the next 30 days, it'll have double overwhelming. It's almost got it right now. It's kind of awesome for it, not gonna lie. I hacked down all these trees here. Kind of surprised we haven't been invaded in a while. I think the game might just be waiting for me to go invade people. 0.7 is the crime rate. Damn! They know we're building a courthouse now and they feel threatened. You know, this game has so much good music in it, it's kind of impressive. Considering, like, War Tales, which is a pretty cool game that we were playing earlier, has, like, this painful lack of music. This game, like, has, like, the perfect amount. Like, I haven't gotten bored of the music yet. There's definitely enough music. doesn't really need more music. Could use more music, but doesn't need it.
I might be drunk, heck.
Well, it's okay. We still love you. Chat, can I get a round of beers to help Robin get more drunk? Thank you very much for the 2nd month. Welcome back. Or rocks. Rocks also work. Good to have you around. Should try and get Trick to play more of this. Although he seems to be doing pretty well in War Tales, so he should keep playing that. But once Trick needs a game to play, you should play some more of this, because this game's fun. There we go. Let's see what this courthouse is like. It's a building I've never seen before, so. What you drinking this evening, though? I don't know where in the planet you are, so. You might be day drinking for all I know. But what you drinking? What's your poison? Ooh, fancy shenanigans. Look at this. This is like the courthouse from Star Trek. This is fancy looking. Crime rate's down to 0.6. A very slow tunnel that we're digging. Same with that very slow tunnel that we're also digging. 3 in the morning, some whiskey. Damn. Sounds like it's been a long day. I got a little drunk the other day, but that's because it was the Game Awards, so kind of have to. It's impossible to not when watching stuff like the Game Awards. You're an odd jobber just hanging out in the court. We've got 3 prisoners. We could have up to 48 in here. I wonder if they can organize like an escape. Kind of neat. Also, good news. Having this massive increase in brewery, we are now actually producing alcohol. That is a first for this city. I think next time we play, we may have to go through and like renovate and get rid of a lot of those smaller workshops and just build bigger ones. More space efficient. Yeah, I respect the sipping of whiskey. Gotta go do some of that myself at some point. Hopefully before the end of the year. I'm trying to decide what to do for dinner tonight, though. I think it's gonna be probably rice. I have some sausage, so it's probably gonna be like rice and sausage. So I don't know if there's going to be any alcoholic beverages in my night tonight. Probably not. Probably not. Maybe just a little bit of weed. Got to reward my brain because chat was nice to me today. Are you going to get stuff done tomorrow? It's Sunday tomorrow. You don't have to do shit on Sunday. Unless you live in some backwards-ass nightmare society, you shouldn't have to do anything on Sunday. Saw a really good post on Reddit, which was, it's December. Time of year where I have to work overtime. But we aren't supposed to be working overtime in December. We're supposed to be huddling in our cabins hoping that we have enough wood cut to survive the winter. I was looking at that post and I was like, well, I agree. I take that post and rise you Australia. You're working on Christmas, dude? I worked on Christmas like so many years in a row, Orange. So many years. So many years in a row. Like, it's upsetting how many times I've worked on Christmas. I used to, like, have so many problems because, like, at family dinners on the holiday, because I would, like, work the night shift on the 23rd all night, come home, sleep for like 3 hours, and then go do Christmas Eve, stream for a little bit, and then go do Christmas Eve stuff at my ex's family, because that's when they did all their Christmas stuff. Then I'd go back to work and work all night, and then I'd come home Christmas morning, stream for a little bit in Christmas morning usually, and then pass the fuck out for an hour, and then get woken up, and then go to my family's house and do my family's Christmas stuff until like 11 o'clock at night, and then go back to work. And that was like Christmas for me for about 6 or 7 years. So that's why I don't like Christmas now. It's because, like, whenever Christmas rolls around, I was like, oh yeah, that. Ugh. It's like just bad memories. But I don't know. I shouldn't let my bad work decisions affect my enjoyment of a holiday, but I shouldn't, but I do. Let's get the last of that rock. Have you been driving all day today, Orange, or have you just been parked? What, for working on Christmas? I'm assuming that's in response to the driving all day question. Just been parked, gotcha. Well, it's good to hear that you get a big bonus. Sometimes I would get time and a half. On how many hours I worked that month, usually. Back when I had that job. That job also treated me like shit, so... reason I'm not there anymore. Many reasons why I'm not there anymore. So we actually have drinks now. It's so nice. Just copying my graveyards, don't mind me. So you've been driving all day and you just parked again. Sounds like it's been a long day. Went by pretty fast? Well, that's pretty good. Well, we've expanded this area down here quite a bit. Finished up those walls. Oh no, I made a mistake. I stopped you guys from digging. A lot of 90s music and the Beatles. I mean, people were still listening to the Beatles a whole lot in the early 2000s, so that checks out. That checks out. At least I would say it checks out. We're short on rock, which is why I'm like cranking that up. Well, we've got a good supply of meats now, which is good. We've also got a good supply of breads now, and alcohol's back down to 0. But, you know, things are kind of ticking upwards, though. As far as grains go, been digging for that. Grains are down to 0, so we need bigger grain fields. Let's do 40 by 50 for a grain field. And then let's copy it. And paste it. That's for bread. Let's also copy a few more of these. Build more room and board. Farmers are gonna need it. But chat room, I could just keep doing this all day. And I've been streaming for 9 hours, just over. We got lots to do before this settlement is complete. As you can see, we're starting to mine our way into that mountain. Got a bunch of new mines built. It's actually kind of attracting some more of these guys, which is neat. Population went up a little bit. Crime rate went down to almost 0. We're at 0.3. We were at 2. 2.4 at tops, but we've gone down to 0.3. We built a court house. We built scaffolds and gallows, and we built a dungeon. It's much better than Banished. That's how the new Banished update is. But I think that it's time for us to back out. That's me for the day. That's 9 hours.